He knocked me over. I landed on the dog bowl.
This one's wife, the Duchess of Costco. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Yes, we've got a new name for this one's wife. She's the Duchess of Disillusion, the Duchess of Industrial Beige. There are many names that one can trot out for her, and I think we have another one for her, the Duchess of Costco. Now, this one's wife, as I've explained to you on numerous occasions, is a somatic narcissist. That means that her narcissism guides her to have certain preferences that matter to her. So that means appearances are important. That means that she wants to look glamorous and beautiful. She doesn't always succeed, but I've explained separately why that is. She's motivated by money. Money is invariably a huge, important part of the somatic narcissist's life. They either have lots of it and throw it around, have lots of it and are really tight, don't have any of it and want to get it, don't have any of it and use other people's money, pretend that they've got it and sort of fake it till they make it approach. This one's wife has certainly got money and is burning through it at a rapid rate of knots, if the information that is put out there is to be believed. Appearance is important to her. Money is important to her. She wants to be seen at the glamorous events. She believes that she's Hollywood A-list, even though she isn't. She wants to be seen on the red carpet. She wants to be seen with the fashionable people, the beautiful people, the glamorous people. All of this is linked to her somaticism, which drives her to want those things in order to then persuade her to pursue control and fuel, character traits and residual benefits, through pursuing those somatic elements. She wants to be associated with the cosmetic giants. She wants to be associated with the fashion houses. She wants Givenchy. She wants Yves Saint Laurent. She wants the L'Oreal contracts. She wants all of these things to be something that she has an involvement with. Unfortunately for her, the cosmetic giants and the fashion houses have not been particularly interested in her as a consequence of the fact that they regard her as a problem, that they see her as an individual that is unpopular, toxic, difficult to deal with, and therefore not going to be a good look for their brand. Notwithstanding this one's wife's delusion continues to propel her to believe that she ought to be someone that is associated with the most glamorous occasions, the most fabulous of clothing, the most beautiful of events, the high status names, the luxury goods market. What do you think of when you think of Costco? I don't think that you're thinking about high-end goods. I don't think that when you think about Costco, you're thinking high fashion. You're not thinking about expensive jewellery or expensive treatments and potions and lotions. After all, Costco is an American multinational corporation which operates a chain of membership-only big box warehouse club retail stores. It's the third largest retailer in the world and is the world's largest retailer of choice and prime beef, organic foods, rotisserie chicken, and wine. It's ranked number 11 on the Fortune 500 rankings of the largest United States corporations by total revenue. It uses a club warehouse wholesale retailer channel of distribution, while also selling their private label brand directly to customers. So, in a sense, it's about getting discounts. It's a private membership-only discount store, in effect, which you would utilize as a kind of pile it high and sell it cheap. And there are many people, quite understandably, who regard Costco as a great place for them to go and undertake their shopping. However, when you think about what it actually is, you don't think of luxury. You don't think of high-end goods. You don't think of glamorous locations around the world, of models and stunning actors and actresses, etc. You think of practical savings, and, as mentioned, it's the largest retailer of choice and prime beef. You might, for instance, be interested to know that Costco's Kirkland signature bath tissue is the warehouse store's top-selling item, with over 1 billion rolls sold annually, due to its affordability and quality. So, in effect, the best-selling item is loo roll. Yes, and the second most popular item is the rotisserie chicken that I mentioned earlier. And here's this one's wife. She appears at the event for the LA Children's Hospital. And where is she pictured? What is she pictured? She's pictured repeatedly wearing the overripe burst tomato lady dress in front of a board which has right next to her head Costco Wholesale. Yes. This is the woman that thinks that she's all about the luxury, that she thinks that she's about the high-end items, that she thinks that she is this glamorous former actress who's part of the Hollywood set. And what is she doing? She's posing next to a board that has Costco right next to her head. I wonder if anybody advised her that she ought not to pose in front of that, because it wouldn't be a good look for somebody who is trying to court the luxury end of matters, an individual who's trying to be the epitome of style and glamour. I wouldn't be surprised if someone had said to her, you don't want to parade along there and have your picture taken, you're going to end up being beamed around the world with Costco next to your head. That's not the look that you're aiming for. And of course, this one's wife, narcissist that she is, and as has been reported in the Hollywood Reporter, is an individual who does not take advice. She doesn't take advice because advice, even when it is accurate, even when it is well intended, is a threat to her control. Because her narcissism tells her that she knows everything, that she knows better than anybody else, that she is the one who makes all of the appropriate decisions. And of course, that means that when she is provided with advice that will actually help her, there's a very good chance that she'll reject it because she thinks that she knows better. Because she's not actually focused upon what she's being told, but it goes through the distortion field of her narcissism and is basically reduced to this. Is it a threat or isn't it? And of course, the narcissism sees it as a threat and therefore causes her to reject it. It doesn't take into account, is this sound advice? But rather, what does this advice represent? Going through the matrix of threat assessment. Is it a threat to control or is it not? And here, if somebody had said to her, you don't want to be seen on the green carpet or whatever it was, you don't want to be filmed there, you don't want to have your photograph taken there, her narcissism would say, whoa, hang on a second. Of course we need her to be seen. She doesn't exist unless people react to her. She needs to be seen, she needs to be photographed, she needs to be filmed, she needs to be talked about. So we need to ensure that she appears wearing that ill-fitting dress. Yes, but she's going to have Costco next to her head, and we don't want her associated with that. Balls to that. Narcissism doesn't consider that. It's no, she needs to be seen, that's what's more important. And once again, this is demonstrative of the way that she is a narcissist that's entirely instinctive and reactive. There isn't the cold calculation of superior narcissists in relation to this one's wife, for if there were, she would have ensured that she wouldn't have been photographed with Costco right next to her head. For somebody that wants to be associated with luxury brands, the high end of the market, with all of the glamour and beauty associated with it, not with the solid, dependable nature of Costco. Her narcissism, of course, wants her to be portrayed in that way, but when it comes to the opportunity to be seen and to be talked about, to gather fuel by way of the photographs and people talking about it, that actually then trumps the necessity of being involved in wanting to be this glamorous brand individual. And it demonstrates once again the haphazard nature of her narcissism, the collateral consequences that are generated, the fact that although she wants to be seen as this stylish individual that wears high-end fashion, expensive jewellery, that she's seen at all the most glamorous of events, her narcissism is more focused on ensuring that she's talked about, so she gets fuel and to assert control by making an appearance on the carpet, that it doesn't take into account the impact of having Costco right next to her head, and thus she now becomes known as the Duchess of Costco, with all the connotations associated with that. Another excellent example of the collateral consequences of her narcissism and the way that she isn't a calculating individual in the slightest. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.